What's up, Starseeds? It's your captain, Dragon Paw, and I'm here with episode 8 about crystals and stones, how to use them, program them, charge them, clean them. What you're going to want to do is get a notepad and take notes. It's not very long, but it does have valuable information. So remember, my Instagram, dragon underscore paw 5. You can find my TikTok. YouTube, I'll start putting more out on there eventually. But I'm going to leave you with words of wisdom. Bruce Lee said, the successful warrior is an average man with laser like focus.
Celia? Oh, it's fine.
Crystals are technology, ancient light technology formed by the planet and the minerals of the planet. They're like clusters of information. They are nature's computers. They store information and are alive. It is living, breathing technology. Sometimes stones can already be pre programmed by nature to do a specific job. Others, you can give a job, make them work for you. For example, you can program a clear quartz for love, right? But then you have rose quartz that is already designed for love. And they can be made to do several types of love jobs, like a really nice one to do for people is removing sorrow, especially from a child. You can also use the rose quartz to not allow fake love from someone. You can use rose quartz someone to not take love from you. You can program rose quartz to allow yourself to feel self love. A lot of jobs like that. Rose quartz is already pre planned for. When you're asking a crystal to do something for you, you want to keep it close to you, mostly while you sleep. But if you're setting one for protection, then you can carry it with you. Like doctors, caregivers, people in that medical field that work with a lot of negative things. Like there are some facilities that I go into that are just feel heavy with a stickiness, and so I carry my protection stone in my pocket, just so if there's anything with low vibration, they know I'm not the one. They already they can see it, they know it. They're like, I'm not down to fuck with that guy. You can charge rose quartz in the sun. However, you only want to leave it out for an hour or so. Leaving rose quartz because it's light pink already, it can damage the color of your rose quartz crystal. It'll end up, if you leave it out too long, your rose quartz will look like a pale stone. It'll still work, of course, but it won't look nice. All the pink will, the sun will take the pink out. So an hour is chill. Important stones to have can be, but not limited to, cactus amethyst. Keeps negative beings away. A regular amethyst, it's like a light purple, helps with the third eye. It'll increase creativity and help you develop your intuition. It also helps to see through the illusions of any kind. There is citrine stone. It's kind of orangey, orangish, also known as the money stone. Program it to bring money into your life. A really cool aspect of this stone is that you don't have to clean it. Just let the money come in. But side note that people don't know when they do money stuff, you have to like have a side hustle where money can just come in, like investments or like a podcast where money can just come in randomly. But if you do it and you only have your 9 to 5 job, guess what you're going to get? More hours of work. So you gotta think through that a little bit. There's a stone that is man-made called a gold stone. It's not made by the earth or terra, as I call it. But this ain't the episode for that. It is infused with sand and copper. It's gonna look like glass because it is glass. But what's inside of glass? More minerals, right? And that's where sand comes in. So inside of glass is sand. So it's infused with glass and copper. Very powerful minerals from Terra or Earth. It keeps your vibrations quite high. And that one is called the gold stone. And here's one of my favorites that I wear around my neck. It is called the pyrite stone. Pyrite, also known as fool's gold. It is a great protection stone. It shields from negative spirits and the environmental pollutants. It has iron inside of it, and if you are a paranormal investigator, you'd better be wearing some pyrite. All right. The PY stands, I don't know what language, but pi means fire, right? Pyrite. Get your fire right, homie. And if you know that most negative beings hate iron, then you always want to have some on you. It burns the skin of certain beings. All right. The next stone here we have is called Numite, aka the Sorcerer's Stone. It's spelled kind of funny. Nuummite. It's a 3 billion-year-old stone with elemental power. It helps bridge the spiritual and physical realms together. It is a replenisher of one's aura, purifies all energies. Keep it on you around toxic individuals or any place that feels darker than normal. If you want. If you don't, I don't care. Do you, Bobo? But if you wrap it in a copper necklace, you will intensify the Numite's power. It helps you to become more spiritual in life. So get yourself one. Now, here we have the universal stone everyone knows is quartz. quartz crystal, the clear quartz, let's call it. You must practice cleaning clear quartz because they gather so much energy daily and can become heavy with excess junk that you don't want around you. You can sage it, you can dig it in the dirt, place it under running water, or you can blow on it and count to three and say to it, crystal clear. That's what I do. I say, crystal clear, and it cleans it. Just do it more often than any other crystal. That's the one you really want to make sure is clear of the energy when you're going to use it. Because if it's full of junk, you're going to absorb it. They soak up more than you will ever comprehend. Make sure to give it a job when you clean it. Place it, well, what I do is I like to, if I don't have too many excess clear quartz, I just have the ones that I need to do what they know what they need to do. Um, what I like to do is clear one and place it on a book. So what it's going to do is gather information, and if I want to put it in my subconscious, I place the quartz under my pillow or next to me at night so I can absorb it. Even if I don't like remember what the hell I absorbed, it's in my subconscious. And you'll start to have dreams of what the book might be about. It's pretty cool. You should try it out. Okay. You can also program it to remove negativity. Of course, a lot of them do that. They will do what you program them to do. I mean, look at Superman movies. Look at the story of Superman and his comics. His fortress of solitude was nothing but clear quartz. That was like his thing. And he would put one in like the same shape of a hole, male and female, boom. Some sort of technology would come out and he would talk to his family who was dead from Krypton. Like, that's quartz crystal technology. Next, one of my favorite stones. It looks so beautiful. It's like a deep blue with some white in it. Is lapis lazuli, a sacred stone since the Egyptian times. Energy in this stone is very high in strength and quality. It is known to unblock the throat chakra. Someone who has trouble speaking in crowds, or even at, let's say you have a job interview, if you get yourself a lapis lazuli and meditate with it on your throat, lay down, it works to clear that chakra. I mean, look at me. I have one, and I ain't shut up since. It is known it can also help to develop your dormant psychic abilities. The powers that we have are dormant. So, what we want to do is try to awaken them. It helps with communication with your spirit guides. It also helps to bring good jobs your way. It's like good luck, too. Another famous stone people have heard of a lot is hematite. And I got one in a ring form so I could keep it with me. It's silvery gray stone that has blood red dust in it. If you were to cut it open or break it, you would see this like red dust. You can use it as a worry stone to dispel stress and negativity. This stone reflects negative vibrations away from you before they even get close. So wear it as jewelry if you really want to keep that around you. If the stone you get is big enough, it can be used for scrying. So if you had one as big as your palm, those are going to get expensive. But if you know what scrying is, you know what I'm talking. Moving forward, fluorite is another stone. It comes in beautiful colors such as layers of purple, green, clear, and sometimes pink. It works to clear any imbalance of emotion and mental attitudes. Wearing it as jewelry will enhance concentration and inner harmony, and it is perfect for studying. If you have it on while you're studying, you'll be concentrating tough. Now, if you're into making staffs or wands, crystals and stones are perfect to incorporate into them. If you want to make some sort of streamlining device for your intentions, you want to put stones in it. It will be extremely powerful, but you must learn the ways of attaining a proper wand if that's what you do. You do not just pick up any old stick, and you definitely do not break one from a living tree. That would be dumb. Before you get a wand, you must first meditate to and with the universe, asking it to allow you to be given one by nature. With patience, you will eventually be shown the wand for you. It's almost Harry Pottery. It chooses you, or you'll just feel like, oh, that one just broke off. It's perfect size, perfect. That's the one for me. Last note on this subject: use copper wire. It is a highly conductive material and will continue to magnify any intention you want to streamline through. And that's all I can say about that. Another way to charge or clear your crystals, which you've probably never ever heard of before, is with a laser. Yes, a laser light. Shout out to New Life Tools for this one. I hope he's not BSing us, but I've been using it and it it, it seems to do the job. Shine the laser on the crystal for about 30 seconds or longer. It works wonders. No need to wait for full moons anymore. The sun will drain the color from the stones, but the laser won't. Once you charge it, it's time to activate it. AKA program it with a thought form. Put the crystal to your head, forehead, third eye area, of course, and use your intentions to tell the crystal what you want it to do for you. That's how you program it. So for example, I'll tell the crystal, like if it's my pyrite or whatever, I say, I want you to repel any and all low vibrations from me. Done. Thank you. If it's rose quartz, you could say, help me give more love to myself. Thank you. Gratitude. Now, I want to talk about what it means when a crystal disappears, gets lost, or even breaks. This can mean a couple of things. First thing to remember is that minerals were on the planet first, okay? Before plants or animals. They tend to leave when you no longer need them. They are practically computers, AI. Okay. It could be that your crystal slash stone took something away from you and found its way back to Earth. Something very negative within you could have been removed by your stone or crystal. Other times, some crystals just lose mojo, and you don't need to feel bad about that. It's like that's called a spent crystal when they've been used for so long, and who knows how old it is. And if it doesn't feel like it's up to working anymore, it'll lose itself. It'll go back to Mother Earth where it came from. Now, when a crystal breaks, that can mean a couple things too. It can mean that it has reached its capacity and wants to return home. Or the other meaning behind a break is that it simply took a hit for you. You know what I mean? There can be many entities and energies that are trying to harm you, but can't because you have a certain stone that keeps it away, keeps it at bay, right? So some entities end up breaking crystals with energy waves that were meant to hit you, but the crystal took one for the team, quite literally. Last but not least, I want to help you all raise your own vibrations by clearing and charging your very own crystal, your soul, aka heart crystal, aka aura, aka spirit, etc., etc. Staring at running water is one way to cleanse your soul, and it also works as a form of meditation. You want to get lost in thought. A river is the most ideal place, or the ocean, to just lose yourself and cleanse yourself. You can also stare at a full moon. That's a great way to charge your spirit too, as you do with your crystals. The next way is breathing. Breathing is a great way during meditation to receive and release energy. What I mean by that is the way I do it is you want to breathe out and breathe in deeply, of course, while saying in your mind as you breathe in, I take the light and positive energy within me. Then, as you breathe out in your mind while you're breathing out, you say, I release that which does not serve me. And you could do that for 5 minutes and then go longer as you progress if you find it that it's helping. And finally, my favorite and most effective is sun gazing slash fire staring. If you are smart, you probably already figured out the theme here. The four elements are all used in all of the soul cleaning and charging. Water with the river, air is your breath. You can use the moon or the mud bath, of course, for earth. And now we're on the sun and fire. Now, if the sun is not up, then a candle fire is the next best thing. There is two way there are two ways for fire gazing. For meditation purposes, you'll want to stare into the empty part of the flame, okay? This is important. You know where the wick can be seen and you see like the little bluish flame, the hottest part of the fire? That's what you're looking into for meditation. And you get pretty lost in that. Then we have the top part of the flame. That is the brightest part. You want to stare at that to attune to the frequency of fire and ask it to cleanse your soul from low vibrations of the day or the week. Just depends on when the last time you cleansed yourself. If you aren't cleansing, you're clearing your spirit at least once a month. Uh, your spirit is nasty. You got a shitty booty ass spirit. And now, my favorite way to cleanse and charge your heart crystal is sun gazing, of course. There's a couple rules to it. Now, listen, you only have two opportunities in a day to do this safely. The safest and the real way to do it is at sunset and sunrise. Never do it between those times. That's when it becomes hazardous to your eyeballs. So, right before sunset, you stare for 5 minutes or maybe 10 if you want. Same with sunrise. Do it within the first minutes of the sun coming up over the horizon. The solar power will decalcify your pineal gland to open your third eye chakra. Also, it'll make you it'll help you see deeper into the spirit world. But the best thing about it is you're clearing out your soul particles so that it's ready to only take in the light and the positive ones that you want. Thank you and have happy sun gazing. Clear your crystals, homie, all the time. After a couple days, the main ones that you're using, clear them, yo. The story I have is a tale of a warning. It happened to me a little bit after I bought a specific stone. It's a nature stone. I'm not sure if I should tell you guys because I don't want it to happen to you, but it is a great stone to have. I'll just tell you. It's moss agate or agate. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I went to the spiritual store and purchased the stone, right? And automatically, I already know to cleanse or rinse anything new, like my copper bracelet, my lapis lazuli stone, anything that I bring into my sacred space. I automatically know to wash it before I do anything else. And so I got home late from work, like I got home like 6:37, and I had it in my bag with me. I take it out, And right away, I go get my Palo Santo, and I ask my ancestors, and I do my thing, and I push anything that is not of anything lower than love, and that is a low vibration. I tell it to leave the object and my sacred space. It can't be here. And once I do that, um, then I hold it, or I'll program it. I let it know what I want it to do, and that we're gonna work together, basically. And then now it only can hold my vibration because I got rid of everything else before me. Now, so this particular night, I had taken off one of my protective necklaces, and I had went outside for some reason. For some reason, I had the necklace off. I might have gotten out of the shower or something, but I didn't have it on. And I went outside just to go pee and look at the stars, right? So I go, usually I have this bad boy with me too, just because I like to carry it. But I didn't. And it seemed like there might have been a reason for that. Because I go outside completely naked without the protection of my necklace or my katana, or katana as some people call it. Um, and then I get the craziest sensation from behind me that I haven't felt before. And it wasn't anger or rage or evil malice. It wasn't any of that. It was like eyes, like just something's there. So I swing my head back quickly, and then I double take, and there's the darkest little black shadow in the tree. I would say maybe 5 to 10 feet away from me, from where I'm at, and it's just there. And I'm caught. I got caught slipping with no protection. But to me, I think my ancestors or all my guides might have protected me. Either that, or the being itself just wanted to see who I was and check me out, because it was about, I wouldn't even say 3 feet, maybe 2 feet, like a big owl, almost the shape. But I kind of, for some reason, I think it was a nature spirit, like a like a gnome. For some reason, I want to say it was a gnome, but it was all covered in shadow, no detail, and it was just on the branch, like in my direction. And I walked backwards a little bit and turned and went right back into my room. It could have attacked me if it wanted to, maybe, but it probably just was like, who is this guy? And so I go back into the room, and I'm like, what changed? What's different? Why did I see something like that? And I do that all the time, every time something changes in my life, because you could bring something in that makes it happen. And then I said, oh, the moss agate. And I thought, and it just came into my head. It said, you kicked the spirit out of the stone. It was in there so it could go from place to place, but I had kicked it out, and there it was waiting for me, just to show me itself. And it was pretty crazy, because I was like, man, I got caught slipping. But I really think my guides and the ancestors were my first line of defense. That's why you give offerings to your ancestors. That's your first line of defense when you get caught slipping like that. So I really try not to go outside without a necklace or some sort of a stone. But just be careful what you purchase. If you're someone who goes antiquing or collecting, even if you don't believe it, just clean it. Just clean it. I just ask that you clean it because you could have nothing that comes into your house, or you can have the worst thing that comes into your house, and you brought it, and now it could be messing with someone of your family, mostly a child. That's what they do. So my warning is, when you bring in new stuff to your home, cleanse them at all times, and yourself. Okay? Good night, Starcy.